Imagine a young woman named Mia, fresh out of college, stepping into her first real job at a bustling marketing firm. She's 23, bright, and eager to prove herself, but there's a shadow she carries. A few years ago, during her sophomore year, she hit a wall. Sleepless nights, endless scrolling through Instagram, and a creeping sense of hopelessness that she couldn't shake. She wasn't alone, her friends felt it too. Therapy helped. But when she started her job last year, she worried that the prior way through a pressure to perform might drag her back to that dark place. Then something unexpected happened. Over the past few months, Mia noticed she's been laughing more, connecting with colleagues, and even enjoying the chaos of deadlines. She's not sure why, but she feels lighter. Mia's story isn't unique. It's part of a bigger shift I want to talk about today, one that's showing up in the data and could change how we think about supporting young workers like her. Let's zoom out for a moment. According to a recent article from The Economist, dated March 11th, 2025, young Americans like Mia, particularly Gen Z, are starting to feel happier. For over a decade, we've watched their mental health slide. Depression, anxiety, and even suicide rates climbed steadily. In 2007, a survey of college students found 22% showed signs of depression. By 2022, that number doubled to 44%. One in five teens reported a major depressive episode, and 40% of high schoolers felt persistent sadness. The stats were grim, and researchers scrambled to figure out why. Was it smartphones? Social media? Something else? But then, around 2023, the tide began to turn. Depression rates among college students dropped to 41%, then 38% by 2024. Suicide rates for 18 to 25-year-olds fell from 18.1 per 100,000 in 2021 to 16.1 in 2023. National surveys showed fewer young adults feeling depressed weekly, down from 16.5% in 2022 to 13.3% in 2023. It's not a full recovery, but it's the first hopeful sign in years. So, what's behind this? The truth is, no one's quite sure yet. Psychologists like Jen Twenge and Jonathan Haidt have pointed to social media as a culprit for the downturn, arguing that the rise of Instagram and smartphones in the early 2000s messed with kids' heads. But the data's shaky. Long-term studies don't show a strong link. Others, like Catherine Keyes from Columbia, suggest it's partly about perception. Gen Z is more open about mental health, more likely to call a bad week trauma, or see trouble focusing as a red flag. That openness has inflated the numbers over time, but it doesn't explain everything. Suicide rates, for instance, don't lie. They've been climbing for 2 decades until recently. Whatever's driving this new optimism, it's a chance for us to rethink how we support the youngest workers stepping into our offices. Now, let's bring this to the workplace. Gen Z, born roughly between 1997 and 2012, makes up a growing chunk of our workforce. They're digital natives, creative, and value driven. But they've also grown up in a pressure cooker of economic uncertainty, climate worries, and yes, those mental health struggles we've been talking about. If employers want happier, more effective Gen Z workers, this uptick in mood is a signal to act. Mia and her peers aren't just looking for a paycheck. They want purpose, balance, and a workplace that gets them. So, what can employers do? I've got a few ideas grounded in what we're learning from this shift. First, let's talk flexibility. The Economist data hints that young people are finding ways to cope better, maybe by reclaiming control over their lives. Employers can lean into that. Offer flexible hours or hybrid work options. Let Gen Zers like Mia choose when and where they're most productive. Studies show flexibility reduces stress, and for a generation that's been micromanaged by algorithms and notifications, a little autonomy goes a long way. Pair that with clear mental health resources, think subsidized therapy, wellness apps, or even quiet rooms at the office. Mia's happier now, but she still remembers those tough college days. Knowing her employer has her back could keep her thriving. Second, build connection. One theory behind Gen Z's gloom was isolation. Too much screen time, not enough real talk. If they're feeling cheerier now, maybe they're reconnecting. Employers can help by fostering community. Create mentorship programs where younger workers like Mia pair up with seasoned pros, not just for skills, but for human connection. Host low pressure social events. Think coffee chats, not forced team building retreats. And encourage collaboration over competition. Gen Z values teamwork and purpose. A workplace that feels like a tribe, not a battlefield, can boost their mood and output. Third, rethink feedback. The article notes how Gen Z sees mental health differently. They're quick to spot struggles, but also to seek solutions. In the workplace, that means they might take criticism hard, but also crave guidance. Swap the old school annual review for regular constructive check-ins. Tell Mia what she's doing well, where she can grow, and how you'll support her. It's not coddling, it's clarity. A 2023 survey found 60% of Gen Z workers want more frequent feedback to feel engaged. When they feel seen and supported, they're more likely to stick around and shine. Finally, let's celebrate the small wins. The Economist calls this happier trend mysterious, but it's real and fragile. Employers can nurture it by recognizing effort, not just results. Did Mia nail a pitch? Say so. Did her team pull off a tight deadline? Throw a quick shout out in the group chat. Gen Z grew up in a world of likes and retweets. They respond to affirmation. It's not about trophies for showing up. It's about signaling that their work matters. Happier workers stay longer, work harder, and spread that positivity to others. So picture Mia a year from now. She's still at that marketing firm, but the shadows are gone. She's got a hybrid schedule that fits her life, a mentor who gets her quirks, feedback that keeps her sharp, and a team that cheers her on. She's not just happier, she's killing it, bringing ideas and energy that lift the whole company. That's the opportunity here. The data's telling us Gen Z is turning a corner. Employers who tune in, who build policies around flexibility, connection, feedback, and recognition, can turn that corner with them. It's not just about mental health, it's about unlocking a generation's potential. And honestly, who wouldn't want a workplace full of Mias?